Welcome to Car Comparers. Today we'll be comparing the Tata Tigor versus the Ford Figo. Comparison of pricing and features. The Tigor XT Petrol retails for 6 lakh rupees on road Delhi, which is identical to the Figo's Trend variant. The Tigor XT Diesel costs 7.2 lakh rupees, which is 10,000 rupees cheaper than the Diesel Figo Trend. In terms of features, the Tigor XT is slightly better equipped with ABS, parking sensors, height adjustable driver's seat and fog lamps over the Figo Trend. The Figo Trend on the other hand only gets dual airbags, mobile docking station and auto-up anti-pinch driver's window over the Tigor XT. The Tigor XZO Petrol retails for 6.9 lakh rupees on road Delhi, which is 20,000 rupees cheaper than the Figo Titanium Plus costing 7.1 lakh rupees. The difference between the diesels is slightly lesser, that is just 10,000 rupees, with the diesel Tigor XZO costing 8.1 lakh rupees and the Figo Titanium Plus diesel costing just 8.2 lakh rupees. Both cars have a few extra features which are absent in the other car. The Tigor XZO has parking camera, parking sensors, projector headlamps, touchscreen and navigation, which is absent in the Figo Titanium Plus, while the Figo Titanium Plus has side and curtain airbags, electrically folding mirrors and auto-up anti-pinch driver's window, which is absent in the Tigor XZO. Tigor vs Figo comparison of performance and dynamics. The Tigor Petrol is pretty evenly matched with the Figo's 1.2 litre mill in terms of drivability around town as well as outright performance. However, the Tigor loses out to the Figo in terms of refinement by a small margin. Even the Figo's mill is no match to Honda's iVTEC, Suzuki's K12 or Hyundai's Kappa 2 engines when it comes to refinement. The Figo 1.5 is considerably quicker and faster than the 1.2, aided further by a seamlessly quick-shifting dual-clutch transmission. Comparison between a Figo diesel and a Tigor diesel is nothing but a comparison between one of the best and one of the worst diesel mills in the segment. The Figo diesel is an eye-watering 50% more powerful and over 60% more torquey than the Tigor in terms of its power to weight and torque to weight ratios. The diesel Figo has recently destroyed the self-esteem of much hyped hot hatches like the Polo GT and Punto Abarth around a racetrack as tested by one of the country's leading publications. In spite of extracting so much performance, Ford has ensured that there is hardly any turbo lag and even refinement is within the acceptable range. The Tigor simply doesn't stand a chance against it, be it in terms of performance, drivability or refinement. Handling and ride quality. Tata has made a great effort in setting up the dynamics of the Tigor. It has excellent ride quality over the worst of the roads and yet feels eager and planted around the curves. But the Figo is even better. It has a slightly stiffer setup than the Tigor but never feels stiff or uncomfortable over the bumps and ruts regardless of what speeds you are driving at. When it comes to cornering, it is one of the best handling hatchbacks in the country. It has excellent grip and balance along with the best electrically assisted power steering setups on the market with excellent feel and feedback. Tigor vs Figo comparison of comfort and interiors. The Tigor turns the tables on the Figo when it comes to interior space and comfort. True to Tata tradition, the Tigor has more than adequate space for 5 full-sized adults inside the cabin. The Figo on the other hand just has adequate space for 4 occupants. Figo's rear seat is quite cramped compared to the Tigor's and there is a lot of intrusion from the transmission tunnel and floor console, making life difficult for the middle passenger. Figo's front seats though are a tad bigger and more supportive than the Tigor's one size smaller front seats. Tata has convincingly caught up and even surpassed Ford when it comes to interiors. Tigor has a cleaner, more modern dashboard layout accompanied by more upmarket trims and materials. Tigor even offers color-coordinated garnishing on the dashboard on the top-end variants. Tigor's cabin also feels more airy and fresh thanks to its low-set dashboard and larger windows. Tigor has a class-leading 419 liters of boot space, which is over 160 liters more than the 257-liter boot volume of the Figo. Overall, the Figo is no match to the Tigor in terms of practicality, and it just might become the deciding factor in mainstream customers' choice of a family car. Tigor versus Figo: comparison of fuel efficiency and cost of ownership. Tigor petrol has an ARAI certified mileage of 20.3 kmpl, which is 2.1 kmpl better than the Figo manual's fuel efficiency of 18.2 kmpl. However, in our real-world tests, the Tigor was just as efficient as the Figo. The Figo petrol automatic has an ARAI certified fuel economy of 17 kmpl, but in our tests, it was consistently 1 kmpl less efficient than the manual cars. The Tigor diesel has an ARAI certified fuel economy of 24.4 kmpl, which surprisingly is 1.4 kmpl less than the Figo's efficiency of 25.8 kmpl, which is a shame since the Figo has 450cc larger engine than the Tigor. In our back-to-back tests, the Tigor returned identical mileage to the Figo. Reliability and after-sales service. Both Tata and Ford carry baggage of bad reputation for product quality and service support in our country. However, Ford has turned a leaf with the launch of the EcoSport and made decent progress in the past few years. Tata, on the other hand, remains complacent and has continued to deteriorate further and further, losing touchpoints in prime urban locales to its competitors. Also, there's a rampant misconception in most of the intenders' minds about Tata's new vehicles like the Zest, Bolt and Tiago being much improved in terms of quality. However, shiny paint and attractive plastics do not make a car more reliable. On the contrary, Zest and Tiago's rankings in reliability studies like JD Power is far worse than even their own Indicas and Indigos. Resale and cost of ownership. 5 to 7-year-old Figos already hold much better resale value than Indica Vistas of a similar vintage. The Tigor will no doubt hold much better resale value than a Vista, but still marginally lower than a Figo by the year 2022. Overall, both the Figo Titanium Plus and the Tigor XZ will cost identical to each other in terms of overall ownership cost, that is price plus cost of fuel minus resale value. Tigor vs Figo comparisons final verdict. The Figo diesel stands head and shoulders above any of the other options in this comparison. Even if you are hell-bent on buying a petrol car, we sincerely urge you to give the Figo diesel a try. Its endless wave of torque and ballistic mid-range is sure to get you hooked. Rest of the alternatives in this comparison are a bit disappointing. The petrol variants of both cars are grossly underpowered due to their hefty curb weights overburdening their torque-deficient engines. The diesel Tigor is even worse, with its 1-liter diesel engine being fit for nothing other than taxi business. Even the Figo Automatic with its state-of-the-art dual-clutch gearbox is a pleasure to drive, but it is way too expensive given its exorbitant sticker price of 8.6 lakh rupees. For that kind of money, you have much better options available in the market. The second problem is the dual-clutch gearbox's shady reputation for early failures, which can burn a big hole in your pocket.